Hi everybody, Big Pete here with my daughter Kiara.
Hello.
We're going to be going over the Kids Death Trooper today. We put a lot of work into this, a lot of the strapping, everything's all good to go, everything's pretty much done. This is a kit available at 850 Armor Works, and you can check out a link. I'll put a link down below to them. As you can see, for the undersuit and stuff, we just used a very basic undersuit. We're just using a long sleeve turtleneck and some black pants and black shoes. I think we spent a total of what, $10, maybe $15 on everything. We went and shopped around the malls and stuff. We went to actually Forever 21 had this perfect turtleneck long sleeve shirt for $1 in the clearance bin. So that's what we're doing for the undersuit stuff. Now, if you want to go a little bit further and actually get the ribbed material and everything, check out the Dark Side Closet. I can put a link down below for them too. I have another video showing some of their stuff off as well. Mike might be able to help you out with some of the kids' stuff depending on the sizing and everything. But give them a shout out if you're looking for anything a little bit more complex. We're just going to go for a basic fit, right? For your kids' armor, you really want it to be comfortable. You want it not to be too constricting because you want them to be able to wear it. You know, my daughter's a little bit older, but if you're building this suit for a younger child, they might not be able to tolerate anything being uncomfortable. My daughter's pretty resilient because I pick on her a lot. So let's get into it. I'm going to show you off some of the armor, and then we're going to start putting everything on. All right, so this is all of the armor that we've put together and everything. I've painted it all, and obviously I'm pretty sure if you're watching this part of the video, you've probably seen the rest of my videos on how it's all assembled. So we're going to go over some of the pieces and how they go on. So first what we're going to go over is the thighs. So if you want to pick up the thighs, Kiara. So this is going, the way that you can tell the thighs apart is the inner portion right here. Okay, so the inner portion is going to, where it slants down, is going to go towards the inside of your leg. So this one's obviously the right leg. How we have this strapped up, Kara, if you want to turn it to show this, the buckle. The buckle in here. All right, so as you can see, we have the buckle right here. It comes up to right about there. And now what we've done is we've just taken some nylon, and then I've glued some loops right here. And then it goes down into the buckle so that you can, once you buckle the thigh on, all you have to do is pull up on the tab and it'll secure these right onto the legs. And as you probably saw in these strapping videos and everything, this is just Velcro, double-sided Velcro on both sides. And then make sure you acetone wash these before you put the Velcro on, or they won't stick very well. There's a little bit of a messiness going on in the back of this one because this was the first time I tried doing this, and I used different glue, and it didn't work very well. So we'll probably fix this up at some other point. So that's one thigh. We have the other thigh, and it's going to go on the exact same way. The belt that we're using is just a nylon belt that you can get from any like a military surplus store or something, just a 2-inch nylon belt, nothing fancy. I think it costs about $5. So, all right, so let's go ahead and put on the thighs and start going from there. You're gonna wanna put on the thighs first, and then go into the calves and then the rest of it. So, there's the calves and the rest of it. So, all right, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so we're gonna do the thighs first. So we got our buckles already put onto here. And then we're gonna strap them up. So she's gonna leave her shoes on because her feet are small enough to fit through. If your feet are just a little bit big, you might have to put your shoes on second. So we're gonna go ahead and put the first thigh on, which is gonna be our right thigh. Okay. And as you can see, she pulls it up as to where she wants it. She's gonna go ahead and flip the buckle upwards and buckle it together. Got it?
This part's a little hard.
There you go. All right, and then we pull the strap if you don't pull it out.
I accidentally pulled it out.
And we pulled it out. Here. So obviously this may take a little bit of getting used to. You may need to help your child. I would probably say you probably will need to help your child put this thing on at least the first couple times, if not forever, because most of us know how hard armor is to put on by yourself. Very few of us can do it on our own. So the buddy system is encouraged. Now let's put on the other one. I got it. buckled in. Then we're gonna fit it up to where she wants it, and then I pull the strap nice and tight. Is that good? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, so we got our thighs on. The next thing we're gonna go down into is our shins. So we have both of our shins here. If you forget which one's which, this detail right here is going to go on the outside of the thigh, and also all these little indentions in here go towards the inside. So that makes it pretty easy. So we're gonna put our right one on first. So again, buddy methods encouraged because this can be a little bit difficult for your little ones. Okay, so we got that one on, and we're gonna go to the next one. Stick that together, and now we got both of those. We didn't do any of the boot covers. We could at some other point. Again, I'm just kind of keeping this on the easy side of it. The boot covers aren't too hard to make. Again, Dark Side Closet makes them, so if you're just looking for a couple parts and pieces, I bet he can help you out just fine. So now that we got the thighs on, we're going to do the next pieces. So if you look down here, we have all the rest of our pieces. We got our back piece and our other part of the back piece with a thermal detonator on it. These pieces are just going to strap together with one of the buckles. Very easy. You could put this together rigid if you wanted to, so more of a permanent attachment. I don't suggest that because this way you can adjust it for how tall or skinny or short or whatever your child is, and it works from there. As you saw in the other videos, I did not put this on with the plastic parts on the side. I left it nylon just so it's a little bit easier for your child. I think it looks just fine when it's on. You can't really notice much of it, but the comfort level of this compared to the plastic sides is going to be substantial. So what we want to do is we want to buckle this together and buckle this together. Then we're going to take our chest piece and our abdominal piece, and we're going to buckle them together the same way. As you can see, I have the male side snap on the top and the female on the bottom, and it's just going to overlap like this. And buckle those together. Now we got this. Now I put a piece of Velcro right here in the middle, and that's actually where these are going to Velcro onto, and that's going to give it a lot more support and make sure you're able to tighten up the costume a lot more. So now I like to do the kind of like slide in method to get the armor on, and vice putting the chest and the back together like a clamshell kind of thing. I like to just kind of put half of it together. And then slide into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our straps that we have here, and then we're going to go ahead and attach those together real quick. And then I also have Velcro right here, and a little bit of Velcro on the top for these to secure down onto. So now all you have to do is kind of go in from the side. So we're going to go ahead and go in from the side. All right, ready? All right, so let's go ahead and get this together. So if you would. Got it? All right, and we're going to attach the top parts first, and then we'll get everything else situated from there. All right, how's that? Good? Okay. So then next we're going to go ahead and secure the side straps to the chest underside, which is easier said than done, but there's one, other side, and the other one, and we want to tighten this up a good amount because it's going to make it a little bit more comfortable. How's that? Good? So we've got that. Now we have to get this part attached. So we're just going to go, if you turn for me, this buckle right here is going to attach back into the buckle back here. And again, these are going to get pulled tight, but we want to first get both sides of it before we do that so that we don't have one side longer than the other. Now, in retrospect, I wish I put these buckles up just a little bit more, because as you can see when they attach, it's going upwards. So if you stick your buckles up maybe about 2 to 3 inches up on the abdominal section, it's going to fit just a little bit better, at least for my daughter. Everybody's sizing is going to be a little bit different, but that's just one thing I noticed once we started doing fitting. So that buckles in, and then you just pull tight. And I think actually we had it pretty sized right. How does that feel? Good? Okay. So now that we have all of that on, we're going to go ahead and put the belt on next. And as you can see, the belt is all strapped up, all nice. I went ahead and I put the butt plate on with Velcro as well. I don't think I have a video on this one, so I'm just going to kind of go over it real quick. Obviously the cod piece was in the video, how it all straps in, but I did not have the little, the crotch strap installed yet. All it is a little bit of elastic and some Velcro, and that's all we did. For attachment, we want the we want it to overlap. We want the left side to go over the right side. So when it attaches, it goes like this, because this belt box, again, it doesn't matter that much since it's a kid's one, but this belt box is supposed to kind of cover that seam. And then on the back side of it, we have another piece of Velcro right here, and that's where our butt plate attaches. You'll want to wait until you do fitting to kind of figure out where that fits, because to tell exactly where the butt is going to end up when you tighten the belt up. We had to remove about 8 inches of belt material to fit it onto her. So, but now it's all strapped up. This one's very easy to put on. Oh, and on the butt plate as well, we put a little bit of Velcro here. Again, that's for the crotch strap. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, and if you hold that for me right there, we're going to go back, and then all we do is we tighten it up. All right, how's that? Good? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then, all right, now that that's on, we're going to go ahead and make sure it's straight, which it's not. There we go. And then we're just going to get the strap right here and attach it to the butt strap, or to the butt plate. And that fits perfectly. Tuck a couple straps, get the belt box. And again, it's supposed to overlap that, but again, it doesn't really matter. Just to kind of adjust your boxes as necessary. This one's a little tight, so it's a little bit difficult, but that is roughly how it's supposed to be. We didn't put a holster on her armor yet. I'm still working on the 3D print for that, for the blaster, but it would go on here as well. All right, now that we have all of that, we're going to go ahead and get the shoulder pieces. The shoulder pieces, you can kind of tell which one's which, because the front side, if you look at the details, they're going to line up perfectly. So we know that the detail, because if you look at the back, there's no detail right there. You want those details in the front. So we obviously know that that's our right arm. We have a little bit of Velcro, an elastic holding these together. And then we have a Velcro and elastic stuck onto the shoulder parts right here. So behind the buckles, we have that's attaching the shoulder to the chest to the back. We have another piece that kind of comes off of there, and I actually stole this, repurposed this from another kit, and but all it is nylon and Velcro, just so it kind of has some mobility. So we're gonna go ahead and put this on. Really easy, since they don't connect in the middle, to just stick it right onto the shoulder, and then you want it fairly close if you can to there, and that's it. That's super easy. Other shoulder. That in. There we go. All right, now for the forearms, we found it a little bit difficult to get these on. So I'm glad that I did the Velcro method on the inside rather than the full attachment. We will do that, but we're gonna first put our gloves on because we're gonna want to put the rest over the gloves. So all I did, these are just some, I think they're just Harbor Freight gloves. Or no, actually we got these from Walmart, just plain black gloves. But actually what's funny is these meet the CRL requirements, and they cost, I think, $5. But Harbor Freight has some black ones that work as well, and I think they're also only $5 or $10. So you can get them pretty cheap. But you know, if you're in a pinch or your child's a little bit smaller or something, you know, you can really use whatever gloves you want. If they don't want to wear gloves, whatever. You know, it's your kid's costume. Just make sure they're comfortable in it. Let's put the other glove on. And I'm tucking the glove kind of into the sleeve a little bit. These gloves are a little bit big because it's hard to find these kind of gloves in a small. Medium seems to be the smallest size that you can find these things in. So, all right, so we are going to go ahead and put the wrists on. This is going to be your right wrist with the rockets. Or sorry, left. So, you kind of go in. These ones are a little bit more difficult than the other side, but that's how that will go. Like that, and then the curvature part goes obviously towards the inside of here. This side's a little bit easier to put on for whatever reason. All right, so that is how you put all the armor on. We did go ahead and pad the helmet, and I just used a simple green padding on the inside of the helmet. You can get this stuff by the yard over at Joann's. It's really cheap. I just always have some on hand, and it works just fine for the helmet. So if you want to, again, now if you wanted to not do the helmet method, this armor looks fantastic just with an Imperial officer's hat. I'm going to go ahead and stick that on. So I think that looks just fine. So if you want to get out there and troop just with an Imperial officer's hat, I think it works fine as well. Especially since it's kids armor, we want your kid to be comfortable, right? In the middle of the summer here in Florida, it gets hot, really hot. Without a fan system in this thing, you're going to be dying, and I know your kid's going to be dying as well. So the Imperial officer hat, fantastic. This kit looks awesome with an Imperial officer's hat. My friend Tori Robbins, the CO for Special Ops, actually does that a lot, and I think it looks great with her Shadow Trooper. Same thing can be employed in all black armor. I think it looks great. So, but let's go ahead and take the hat off. And now, a couple things. If you want to do a neck seal, you're more than welcome to do a neck seal. We just went with a turtleneck, and it works fine too. We've done a couple ways. So you can do it if your child has long hair, or if not, it's easier. But obviously my daughter has long hair, and if you're to put the helmet on with the long hair, obviously the hair is kind of sticking out. If you want to do it that way, that's fine. If you want to pigtail it or ponytail it, that's fine as well. One thing that we did is we actually tucked the hair into the neck seal, and that seems to also work actually pretty well. But it's a little bit weirder of a feel. I think a ponytail or something might be a little better and just have that sticking out of the back of the armor. But again, that's up to personal preference. So now if we stick this on, if it's fun. And there we are. This is the 850 Armor Works Kids Death Trooper. All assembled, everything's on. Please check out my channel. I have complete build videos for the Kids Death Trooper and the Adults Death Trooper. Check out 850 Armor Works on Facebook if you're looking for any of these costumes, or if you're looking for tips or tricks or anything. Please drop me a comment in the comment sections. Find me on Facebook. Find me anywhere on the forums. And I'd be more than willing to help you and your child kind of do this. You know, I've heard a lot, you know, families that troop together, stay together kind of thing. And we're excited to get out there and go do some trooping, aren't we? Yeah. So, all right, thanks again. Again, this is Big Pete. Thank you to my daughter, Kiara, for all of her help in this video. And we're going to go have some fun. Thanks, guys.